everybody, this is Mike, and today we're going to cover the December position report. We are currently 5 months into the reporting side of the 24 crop year. We'll talk about shipments really quickly, but I think there's more important and maybe more impactful pieces of this position report that we'll spend more time covering. So shipments for the month were basically up 1.6%, right in line relatively with where people thought that would come in. Year to date, the industry is basically flat on where we were last year. The important side of this report, in our opinion, is pretty much twofold. First, and maybe more importantly, is the crop receipts. So everybody has really been anticipating this position report to basically draw the line in the sand as to where the 24 crop will finally come in at. And currently, the USDA crop receipts are at 2.6 billion pounds. Effectively, I think what that really means is that this crop is most likely under 2.7 to some degree, maybe slightly over, but not materially over 2.7 at this point in time. So the big unknown, I think, is finally known, and that is that it is less than everybody had expected. Okay, so I think that is finally solidified. We now know that. The other side that we think is very important in all of this is the commitments. So commitments right now are about 12% behind where we were this time last year. And that is really led by the domestic market. The domestic market is down about 21% on their commitments compared to this time last year. Now, the definition of commitments are sales that are not yet shipped. And if we rewind to the November position report, the commitments on the book were down about 6%. So we now find ourselves in a position wherein there is a lot of delayed buying that probably has to be done in the next 30 to 45 days before bloom really starts to present itself. So bloom is always a very high risk time period for the industry. Volatility normally presents itself around that time. And I think that what will most likely happen here is that buyers will have to position themselves in a way in which they do not expose themselves unduly to that potential volatility. And there is a risk that this market could do some wild things in and around bloom. It's done it before. So what do we really think here in terms of market perspective inside the next 30 days? We think that this market is going to be active, probably across the board, from India to the Middle East to Europe to the U.S. domestic side. And there's going to be opportunities for everybody on both sides, buyers and sellers. Sellers have been active and consistently active throughout this crop cycle. Sales every month have been respectable. That means there's been buyers who have also been participating. But at this point in time, it feels as though the scale is tilted more towards the sellers at this point in time, or at least for this window in time between January 9th and whenever bloom is going to start. So we expect there to be plenty of liquidity for people. Prices will most likely firm from where they are today. And I don't think that has any sort of impact on consumption or demand in the longer term. I think if you look at the price of almonds relative to the competing nuts, which would be cashews, pistachios, pecans, almonds are still a very good value in relation to where those other prices are at the moment. So I think we're all very confident here. We're going into bloom in a very fundamentally sound position, and we think prices should be firming from here. So as things develop, we will continue to keep you posted. Thank you. This is Mike.